Thank you very much for attending this talk about Helidon, which is a great microservice framework for the container world, when I'll be talking about Helidon and Verrazzano. So great to be at J4K. It's my first time. Many greetings from Sofia, Bulgaria, Eastern Europe. So it's not so early at Europe time, so we are like already approaching evening. So thank you very much for joining this talk. Okay, so the safe harbor, I should say, because everything changes so fast. Every time you do your business decisions, please check once again what you're expecting to do with the technology. So my name is Dmitry. I'm a software developer at Oracle. Here you can see my contacts. I'll be really happy if you write your feedback or whenever any questions you have, please join me on email or Twitter. So any possible connection is working for us. Thank you. So welcome to this talk once again. Today I'm going to talk to you mainly about Helidon and how to deploy it in the clouds. So what is Project Helidon? So we are considering it as a set of Java libraries for developing microservices. Whenever you are coding in Java, whenever you wanted to create a microservice, so definitely Project Helidon is one of the best choices. And you can see why on our official website, helidon.io. So you probably wonder what Helidon means. And as you see from this slide, it actually means swallow. That means that it's a very good choice for the name, I guess, because swallow is a nice bird. It's very fast maneuverable, lives in flocks, and every time it flies, it reminds me about microservices, which makes me a little bit like, oh, cool, Helidon, microservices, swallow flying. I really have this association. As you see, we have our mascot. It's called Frank, this lovely bird there. But the coolest part about Helidon is that it is completely open source under Apache 2.0 license, and all the code, all the discussion, all the issues, all the decision taking are available on our official GitHub page. So if you go to github.com and /Oracle/Helidon, you will see everything about our project. And this is really awesome. Once again, you're not bound to any licenses, restricting licenses. Apache 2.0 is the best license for open source. You can just use Helidon or even contribute. So once again, as I say, we're small, fast, and maneuverable. And why? Because we're actually built on top of Netty. And this built on top of Netty gives us really great asynchronous speed of work and productivity. And you will see a little bit later why actually it happens. So, and as we are now in this J4K conference, exactly like clouds is the main topic. So you run your application in the clouds, and that means out of the box, you are totally ready for the clouds. It doesn't mean that you write your microservices with REST, for example, but out of the box, you also get this health metrics, check tracing, everything you need to run your microservices in a good managed environment, cloud environment. And I will show you demos a little bit later how easy it is to do this. And once again, you do it out of the box. And more than that, from the very start of working with Helidon, we are really GraalVM native image friendly, and we are supporting it in the most deep way. That means that everything we do, like 99% is working on GraalVM. That means that if you want tiny environments, like really small footprint, startup times, whatever it is, you are having it out of the box and it works, and it's not experimental. You have it. And the next thing, which is like the great thing of us, is that we are not holding any ancestor things like Java 8. So we are already in the new age, in the new world. We are Java 11 plus friendly only. That means that we don't have backward compatibility with Java 8. That means that we support only the best technologies, and we are already modular, which is awesome. And this is definitely, we're living in a new world with new Java features. And we're now doing our best from now to support Java 17, which comes later this year, in the very best fashion. So we already have the good code base for that. So let us actually jump a little bit into Helidon and see how we can use it. So first of all, the high-level architecture of Helidon, you can see on this picture. So as I said, we have Netty underneath. And to wrap that with our services, we have created a so-called Helidon SE, which is a completely reactive set of libraries which wraps like Netty and provides you all you need to run your microservices and to have your metrics, traces, and everything you need out of the box. It's completely reactive, means it's completely asynchronous. There's no synchronous code there. And so it's actually useful for most of the, well, it's just very fast. And to wrap it up, we use Helidon, what we call Helidon MP or Helidon MicroProfile. That means that we have chosen this MicroProfile way of doing things. That means that our code is very much portable. That means that everything you need to migrate to Helidon, if you need something, if you have something running on other environments, you can easily migrate it to Helidon because we are supporting MicroProfile. And actually it wraps everything which is underneath, which is completely reactive. So once again, let's actually take a closer look about Helidon MP. A few words for some of you who don't know what Helidon MicroProfile is and where Helidon is here. So MicroProfile is an open source community specification for enterprise Java microservices hosted by Eclipse Foundation. It has many participants, not only Oracle, it's IBM, Red Hat, Payara, Dmitry, of course, and even Microsoft are there. And it's released with high cadence, like 4 releases per year. That means it's a very dynamic set of libraries, set of specifications. Let me not be wrong. What does that mean? That actually this is the standard specification, and we, as well as other participants, have their own implementations of that specification. That means that code becomes portable across the compatible specifications, compatible implementations, and you can find more information about it in microprofile.io. So currently the release is 4.0. That means that about 4 years, and each of the releases had actually releases for separate specification, which are like cloud native specifications. That means that this specification are designed especially to run your application microservices in the clouds. That means that you're able to trace them, you're able to get fault tolerance, you are able to get the metrics, you know about the security with job propagation, and of course you are like managing it all with CDI, reading it with JSON, and providing the services via JAX-RS. These were actually the 3 beginning specifications before, and now there are 12. There are many others that come, but this is the core, and we totally support it. So that means that not only those specifications we support, that means that we have also some additional specification we get out of the box. So we get MicroProfile ones like config, Open API, etc., etc. But we also have like some Jakarta specifications, which are like WebSocket persistence transactions and annotations, and more than that. So we have some specification which are like still out of the scope of MicroProfile, which is like GraphQL, for example. We still do support it because there's a high demand with it, and we have even more demand from our customers, and then why we have for this course gRPC server and service out of the box. But I mentioned Helidon SE or Helidon reactive APIs. Let us jump a little bit lower to the hierarchy. So first of all, once again, we do support MicroProfile. So everything you write using MicroProfile will totally work with Helidon. So it can be ported and it will work. But instead of hiding from our customers this reactive layer, like Helidon Reactive or Helidon SE, we decided to actually open it because, first of all, we do support all the same specifications that are available in MicroProfile, like metric tracing, gRPC course, whatever it is, but we do also support many other cool stuff there, like reactive stream messaging and DB client. We have our own perfect baked DB client for reactive access of databases even though they're blocking. So this is wonderful. For the same is for the web client. But the main idea is that whenever you don't need this magic that happens in MicroProfile, you just use pure Java, like in this examples. So we have Helidon MP, which is like the normal way of doing things, like with annotations. But if you want the fastest, ultimate way of running the code, you can just write it in pure Java in a pure reactive way using Helidon SE, which is the code on your left, which is like using fast usage of builder patterns, and we just use everything asynchronous, so a lot of completable features and etc. etc. So we are really short of time, and that's why I just want to show you some really working code Helidon, and let's jump into it. So first of all, as I say, so we can just use Maven archetype to generate our code, and we just include one small dependency like Helidon MicroProfile, and you are in, you're able to code. Other way to do this is the starter, so MicroProfile starter page. So you just choose the MicroProfile version, you just choose Helidon as an environment, click on some examples, and just download the POM file, and you're able to start working with it. But especially for you, we have prepared something which is cooler and much more awesome. And this is our CLI. So we decided that our users, our customers, are like, where's the best option? So let us create a special thing, a special CLI to make them very comfortable. And just now we will create an application using this CLI. So you can just download it from the official website. And what you need to do to create a project, so you do just Helidon in it. And like, well, you just answer a few questions. Once again, you just know the two flavors. And we said that we're choosing MicroProfile way of doing things. And we will create a quick start project, which is like, shows everything you need about it. And we'll just choose some name, artifact IDs. For the interest of time, I'll just put the default values. And the project is actually created right now, but there's one final question which said, do you want to start the developer loop for that? And this developer loop will just say no, but we'll see it a little bit later. And what we have, so we just open our project in our IDE of choice. So for now, yes, let IDE start. It may take some while because I'm just streaming right now, and every time I stream, the computer becomes really slow. But once again, I'll do my best to run it the best possible way and see how it works. So I will just do the full screen stuff, and let us now take a look at the code. So as you see, the code generated with this example, with this CLI, first of all, it has a wonderful README. Yes, so you can see how it runs. Why it runs like this. And it has not only source files, but as we're now talking, we're living in the container world, the great foundation for the container world. It also generates you Docker files for JLink and native image builds. Once again, as we are supporting Java 11, that means that we have a special JLink built, which means that we are making a custom JDK, which means we are running way more faster with a custom-made JDK. And that means that we have a wonderful foundation just out of the box. Next thing, let us jump into the code and see what we have. So as I say, we are just running, we're just creating a small greeting service, like just say hello, and greet you via REST endpoint. And as you probably see, this is very much kind of a familiar code, because this familiar code means that everything you see here is MicroProfile specific. That means that we are standard. That means that under this path, we will have a greeting resource. Yes, we have some greeting provider, which is generating some things, and we are able to read the configs with the inject function. Then we get some get, main, put. As you also can see, put method is also annotated with OpenAPI, so the documentation is generated automatically for you here via the standard annotations, and we can create some responses. To build it, you can actually just use a regular Maven build, but we will do something cool right now. So we will create use our CLI in so-called dev mode. So that means everything we do here, every changes, like IDEA has wonderful support for Helidon. I mean, it's about to have even better support, because we can just from the very start use and see endpoints. So, for example, we can see where are the endpoints. We can run some examples, but unlike other environments, you may code in your favorite IDE, even not IDE. It can be just a Vim browser. You just type in Helidon dev, and it will build everything for you and run it for you. So for now, we can just do some curls and see that, well, first of all, we got health, but let's come a little bit later to it. We will have greet. Greet, that means that we are running our service and we get the greeting message. We can make it even like a little bit more complicated, and we can say like J4K. It works, but as you probably saw, out of the box, you got the health. All the health checks are here. This is the standard MicroProfile health checks. And then we have metrics. So we do have metrics also out of the box. That means you don't need to set up anything. You just use it, and you get it out of the box. But as you saw, I will just put it here. Whenever we do some changes, and the changes are even not in the main files, we will say do changes in our resource files. You will see that it actually recognizes the changes, rebuilds everything, and see how fast actually our Helidon starts as fractions of a second. Really fractions of a second, because I'm now streaming and my computer is on fire with it. But when you run it on your normal environment, so every time we change something, like you see, we are rebuilding it. And at the end of the day, you get this wonderful thing, which is you are not bound to any of your IDE. You got the tool, even if you are not part of this environment, like Java, if you're not part of this Java world, I would say, and you don't know what Maven is, and you just come from another world like Node world, and you just want to start, you don't need to learn about it. You just use the CLI, and you're able to start coding in Java and running and deploying everything right out of the box with Helidon CLI. Once again, something that makes us completely proud, by the way, is the fact that unlike our competitors, if we take a look at this inject annotation, which is like CDI stuff, out of the box, we do support full CDI 2.0. That means that there's no restrictions for you to use all the CDI features. And whenever it's compatible with 2.0, you just use it. And what makes us even more proud, and the team, is that Helidon actually has the ability to build native image with fully supporting working CDI 2.0 native image. So once again, you're not bound to it. But okay, it sounds lovely, I would say. So you see, within just a few clicks with some few answers to some few questions, we were able to generate working applications of Helidon. So we are able to serve our microservices right now. But so we are in a container world these days, and we want to serve this code somewhere in the containers, somewhere in the clouds, somewhere where there's managed environment for that. And the next thing I'm going to show you is exactly something which our colleagues from my team are doing there in Oracle as well. And this wonderful thing is called Verrazzano, which is like an enterprise container platform to run on to run your cloud native application, or even not actually specific cloud application in clouds, in Kubernetes environments. And the main idea is that it gives you a wonderful set of familiar open source technologies that you can see in this wonderful slide. So you've probably seen a lot of this logo. So you trust the technologies like Rancher, like Grafana, like Kibana, like Jaeger, and all that stuff, like Keycloak, definitely. And it allows you to run all this thing in cloud environments. So what actually Verrazzano is made for? So it is like that done for your workload management across different environments. It has all the possibility to wire all of your application, and it is there to manage your application lifecycle. It cares about the security and is able to work in multiple clouds. Once again, the easiest way here is actually, let us take a look at some I would say examples. So first of all, so we have this Helidon application. We want to run it in the clouds. So Verrazzano, just install Verrazzano and install your Helidon app. Well, in this case, it's with WebLogic, for example. We can do the same. We'll do later the Helidon. And automatically out of the box, you get your application running in Kubernetes, and you get automatically wired features like workload handling, application access, observability. So you get Grafana, Prometheus, all that stuff available to you. Portability, that means that you can just drop in there the application, it will do everything for you. And security. So, and it has some curated stacks. All the technology that you will do manually are already available there. So, or you can do even a logical step. You have many many applications or many microservices. The next step will be like single cluster, multiple applications. So Verrazzano is very nicely done for that. So you get different namespaces, and as you can see, Verrazzano will care with standard means about all the security of this mutual TLS stuff. It will and deliver the telemetry data to Grafana, Prometheus, Kibana, and so on and so on. It will do this automatically for you. So next thing is multiple Kubernetes environments. So if you have one Verrazzano set up on one cluster, you're still able to manage different clusters. That means that you have like multi-cluster support already available. So you can distribute your microservices, your Helidon, WebLogic, Spring, whatever other applications across different environments, and you will be able to run them and manage them. And even more complicated environment is multiple, application, multiple clusters. So you can create your main cluster to manage only Verrazzano specific stuff, and then you have create different managed cluster, which may be on premises or even in different clouds, like here, for example. So you have one cluster running in one cloud and one cluster running in another cloud, and still be able to get all the management and telemetry data to your environment of your applications. So what is cool about Verrazzano, that first of all, it has its own proprietary application model, but now we've joined the community to open application model, which is like run by big players like Microsoft, Alibaba, Google, AWS, etc., and not even run there, but adopted as a model. But that means that we're making even more portable models. So our portability runs across cloud, and you can easily port to our clouds as well. And you have what I say, we have also contributed to some to this model. So it's like this last year, we're really proud with some contributions. We're short of time, cannot show you everything. So let us actually show you some real environments and see how it works. So we will go. So this is like our Helidon application. See how it works locally. But for the time, I have to set up a small cloud directly in the Oracle Cloud environment. So it's done extremely easy. So I will use Oracle Cloud because it's easy really. And to set it up, you will need like 10 minutes. I'll be quite honest. So I've done this for you. So again, you're free to use very easily. You can try it. And as you may see, we have the console already running. I really like this idea that I have the shell directly in the website, so I don't have to connect anywhere out of it. But you see, it is running. And then there is an example. So I will just you will easily Google for it. I will also post some links in Twitter after it. How to deploy a Helidon application. So this very same application in an environment like Verrazzano. And let us see. So I did it. It really takes some time, but it's just a recipe. You follow it. Let me try. I hope that really works because it's live. It's happening right now. So first of all, so I had some, well, first of all, let us see if Helidon is up. So then we just run kube control. Yes, Helidon is up and it's running. I can even see if the cluster itself, so Verrazzano, is running. So I really hope you can read the code. Whenever you don't read it, just follow the documentation. So Verrazzano, as you probably see, as it runs, you get a lot of VMI systems like Grafana, Prometheus, etc., etc. And we have our Verrazzano cluster. But before it, let us actually check if this application greeting actually runs. It does. So that means with this setup, I just run my application. It's very same. We just generated J4K. It's very same application running in Verrazzano, and it has it's doing absolutely the same. Let us do some metrics just to check how. And you will see actually we can't connect here because users don't need this information. Verrazzano, because we have this Verrazzano cluster with some Verrazzano information. So it's Verrazzano, so I double R, double Z, and we only need to get the password to it. So it's the password, which is like this echo. Okay, I will get it here. I really hope you, actually, I will just delete the cluster after the demo so nobody will able to use it, but I'm doing some security threats here. But here we have this Verrazzano console, and you are able to access all the data which shouldn't be available, like health and metrics. You can just access it with our Grafana stuff. So when you deploy your application, so we have this Helidon dashboard, and out of the box, you get this Grafana, Prometheus, all of that stuff set up for you with all the security set for you. You see it generate all the passwords. It generates everything in this kube control set, all you need. And it just monitors all of the HTTP requests. Like, you know, here we got the meter per second. I'm not sure if that will should change right now. No, greet. So we'll do some greetings, and most probably it will change right now. So I guess Helidon is wonderful choice for writing microservices, and Verrazzano itself is a wonderful choice to manage those microservices, especially in OCI, for example, or in any other environments. You know, you can use Minikube, you can use different other clouds which support like AWS, like Azure, etc., etc. You just install it, and you get this wonderful set of technology, which is available to you out of the box, and you got everything wired and set up in clouds, running, and observed, monitored, and everything you need to run with your microservices in the cloud. So I guess that was it from my side, and I guess I am able to answer some questions. So I guess there are some questions. So I guess there's a question like, what would you say are the main capability? So besides supporting, what are the main capability that provides? So I would say Helidon, first of all, our main goal is being standard. That means that we do support everything, which is in MicroProfile, but we are really cool here because we do full support of it. That means that unlike our other competitors, as I said, CDI is something we're really proud of. That means that you have full CDI working out of the box, both in Java and both in native image environment, which is awesome. This is the first thing. The other thing is that we have this super weapon, as I call it, which is Helidon SE. So it is really cool because whenever you don't need all the magic that MicroProfile provides you, and you really some services which are really under pressure, say, you just remove everything that you don't need. That means that you write pure Java code, which is purely reactive. Once again, if we go back to the slides, let me show you Helidon MP actually. So so we got everything like this, but we also have this DB client. We have reactive. Actually, we have completely self-written reactive platform with our own implementation, the standard implementation, actually contributed by David Klarnak himself, with a great respect. That I mean, you don't use any side project for that, so you get it out of the box. And that's why out of the box, you get reactive streams and reactive messaging, supporting called this Kafka stuff, Oracle events or something like this. So, and more than that, we do have our very cool asynchronous DB client. That means that this DB client is made to run, not to block your drivers. So that means that even if your drivers are blocking, so we are caring to run in separate executors and to provide you a reactive access to their drivers. It can be JDBC or NoSQL drivers. We have also support for EFG for now, and it really comes to you out of the box. The same as web clients, so you don't need to block anything to run your web clients. So we are fast and we are new. That means that we use the best features of Java 11. And yes, another question is, does the full CDI implementation work with native images? It does, which makes us especially proud. Well, we were able to run this, to actually do this CDI implementation, which is Weld actually, make it compatible with native images. So we have full CDI support running in native image, and all the extensions that we did ourselves are also CDI native image friendly. So this makes us really proud, and this makes it really cool because then you can run all the services really small with using Verrazzano and so on and so on. So I guess we are running out of time. Whenever you have more questions, just use the Twitter that I've posted to you. And more information you can find on helidon.io. So here are some of the official links that we have. We have Slack, we have YouTube channel with the videos, and Helidon project definitely at Twitter. The same is for Verrazzano. So you have the Verrazzano.io. This is a starting point to use Verrazzano. It's completely open source at GitHub. It has its own YouTube channel and, of course, Slack channel to ask and answer your questions. And I guess this is it from my side. So it's been a tremendous pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for the questions. And whenever you have some more, just write me. Yep. Thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure.